I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but there is one fight in the top 15 at middleweight right now.
Where the fuck is everyone?
So I'm gonna put on my bald cap, play a little bit of Dana White.
That's fucking illegal.
And let's matchmake this division. Now, if you've watched my other matchmaking videos, I'm not just trying to go by the rankings and do 1 versus 2 versus 3. Get that shit out of here, bruh.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
We're trying to look at this shit through Dana White's eyes. And we're gonna try to build the biggest fights that we can in the future and trying to build assets up. I'm gonna be honest with you, I personally don't really believe that anybody truly deserves a title shot at middleweight. I really don't. But we can't just keep Sean standing around forever. His injury's about to be healed up. He wants to return at the end of the year. The only true person I feel like we can give him, even though I feel like he needs one more true win against a top contender, it's gotta be Sean Strickland versus Imavov. I feel like Sean Strickland is one of the bigger stars in the UFC right now. Whether or not the UFC likes that, I don't know. But I think the numbers speak for themselves. So I believe it would be in the best interest of the UFC to try to preserve Sean Strickland for a much bigger fight that I would be planning down the line. And Imavov, one, is on a 5-fight win streak, which is more than anybody else, even though I don't think he deserves it. I feel like he needed to beat Khamzat or DDP. But hey, we'll give it to him. Strickland has already beat Imavov once, so he's probably the most favorable matchup for Sean Strickland that's within the top 3. So I feel like the UFC would be most comfortable with giving the shot to Imavov while they try to build up a bigger fight down the line.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
And for the true number 1 contender spot, we need to do DDP versus Khamzat too. We have to. I mean, DDP looked great against Usman. He was lighting that man up. And Khamzat doesn't really deserve an immediate rematch.
I'm gonna come.
Like, we have to be honest, he doesn't. And here's another aspect of this fight that I want to talk about. I want to talk about what fight card does this fight need to be on? Because I believe someplace that the UFC's really been dropping the ball on lately is why are we not having the number 1 contender match on the same fight card that the championship is on? It's built-in promotion immediately. If a casual is sitting there watching that fight card and they see the number 1 contender and the champion both win in a convincing fashion, they will be amped up to watch those two fight each other. This is a strategy that we used to use back in the day. I mean, maybe it points to having to have somebody headline a fight card every week. I don't know. So what I would like to see is a fight card that has the main event of Sean Strickland versus Imavov and a co-5-round main event of DDP versus Khamzat 2.
I'll be like,
And I'm going to tell you why this makes the most sense for the UFC. If Strickland can get out with the win against Imavov and look impressive, and I'm not going to say that this is going to happen, but this is how I believe the UFC is looking at it. If Khamzat can go in and absolutely mollywop DDP within the first round, one, that gives Khamzat some of his aura back.
Got my swagger back!
And that would build that rematch against Strickland twice as big than if you just made it right now. And like, I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out how do you match up these top 4. But I believe if we're looking at it through the promotion's eyes, that's how you do it. Now, are they going to put them on the same fight card? I don't know. But that is a strategy that I really believe should be implemented and could greatly increase the amount of returning fans. Next, we have Joe Pyfer sitting at number 4. What are we doing with Joe Pyfer? RoboCop had a good win this weekend. Now look, the main aspect of this fight is one, banger. Like, that is a certified banger. I believe there's a high likelihood of a finish. And if you can get a finish out of that fight, you instantly have a new contender. Next, I believe we have to talk about what is next for one of the possible future stars of middleweight. What are we doing with Bo Nickel? And I believe after last weekend, he now has the perfect opportunity to try to break into the top 10. I think right now it is the perfect time to give Bo Nickel Fluffy. I think that's the fucking fight to make. If Bo Nickel can prove that he can get past Fluffy right now and prove that he can make it in the top 10, the amount of wrestling fans and eyeballs that he will bring cannot be underestimated. And the UFC's surely going to be looking at an option like that. Because anytime you get these extremely high-level collegiate wrestlers, they always have a big fan base. Mostly wrestlers, yeah, but it's still significant. So if Bo can pull off the win against Fluffy, it would prove that he could become a top contender at middleweight one day. And the timing right now is perfect for that. This is another thing that I'm going to say, is if MVP can pull off this win, let's start pushing this man towards some real contenders, because he would make middleweight extremely exciting, man. He is one of the most exciting people we have right now in the sport to watch. Let's see if we can give him a little push. My man's getting old now.
In here, man, you're so old. Where's your wife? Go home to your family, dude.
Let's not give him the Ben Askren treatment, please. And then finally, I think the last contender matchup we need to make is Brendan Allen versus Barallo. It's just a good fight. Yeah, but I just kind of feel like middleweight is a mess right now, and hopefully they're planning something great for it. But if I was in Dana White's position, this is kind of how I would be looking to set up the middleweight division. Let me know what you guys think. Where do you agree or where do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments. Peace out.
Hey, are you still there?